Hey guys, here again today, which is directed by Leigh, released in the year 1993, and this just has some of the most offbeat original pacing I've ever seen, which just holds up as a timelessly impactful sort of influence, which just reminds me of a lot of 70s filmmaking, particularly by way of Stanley Kubrick and Milos Forman, in the way that it follows just kind of like a charismatic villain type of character and finds sympathy in that. And it's a wonderful screenplay, which just looks at all kinds of just exhausting moments in characterization with wonderful cinematography from start to finish. So just significant atmosphere around a gritty kind of drama. It's just really a really out there kind of project, character study, which just explores all kinds of mythology, and just a screenplay which just has just a wonderful ability about itself as it explores behavior. Um, it's just kind of about just characters absorbing present moment in a lot of ways, and just sort of just living in the moment. And the cinematography is kind of what tells it in a lot of ways. It just kind of paints this picture that's just like an awkward depiction of people. It's often claustrophobic. All the same, that kind of explores just like kind of like how the character dynamics kind of work, like function in a lot of ways, because they kind of like find roots and connecting in depths of just being like sort of stranded together in a sense in a situation. A lot of the dialogue is just very philosophical. It's just kind of just exploring all kinds of interesting abstract sort of thoughts and ideas. I haven't seen this in a long time. I've watched this a few times over the last decade. It's certainly due for a rewatch, but this is just a really interesting kind of a dark sort of film in its own kind of way entirely. Like kind of like looking at the light side of just a lot of insanity in a lot of ways. Leigh is just really conveys a timeless kind of atmosphere, and it holds up from start to finish with its character beats. Again, like I say, David Thewlis reminds me a lot of Jack Nicholson in here. I think his performance here gives me a lot of that kind of perspective from start to finish. Just kind of a jaw-droppingly offbeat and different kind of nihilistic depiction, which is just very intense and yet calming. It's like an original kind of tone this goes for, which is really significant from start to finish. Strongly recommended.